What's up, good people? This is Dr. Michael Anthony Hicks Jr., and I'm coming to you guys today to do something that I always wanted to do, that I never really thought I'd have a YouTube channel or even something of this magnitude, but something had called me to actually do this. I was talking to a couple of friends of mine, and they were like, hey, Michael, you need to do a YouTube channel that you're passionate about. And the one thing that I am very, very passionate about is helping young men go from point A to point B in their lives, especially young black men. The reason why is because I used to be a young kid, and I was trying to figure out all these different things that I wanted to do, but I had no resources or nobody I can turn to actually show me how to level up and get to the status of being a so-called boss or shot caller or someone of influence that I could possibly look up to. I come from a place, bro, where it was only two people in my hood that had money: the dope dealers, trap boys, the jackers, the robbers, and pastors. That's it. Everybody else, I had my father in my life. They worked regular jobs. They were blue collar, hard working people. But there were no one to show me how to tie a tie, that did any type of business, anything, that made moves as far as, next level moves to try to build generational wealth. And those men, they just went to work every day. But there was nobody that could actually put you on to something out there that maybe other groups or ethnicities, they get a chance to experience. So I'm doing something to try to help young men go from point A to point B so they can know what it actually looks like. I do several things. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm actually a sales executive for a corporation. Anything as far as leveling up from the mud, from zero, I can tell you how to get there, bro. So this thing that I'm doing now, I can't wait to just get started on and just talk about it and help as many young men as I possibly can. There are certain people out there that do things on YouTube pages that they may be more glamorous with it. They may be more catchy or whatever the case with it. But man, what I'm going to give you is the absolute truth. And it's going to be the absolute truth based on my experience. I'm going to bring other men on, and we're going to talk and conversate about their experiences, just so other young men can get a foundation of, okay, what does success actually look like? And how can I go from not making a whole lot of money and getting started to, okay, I'm at a position now where I can help people and I'm actually making good money and I'm doing the things necessary that I have leveled up in my life. Some people call this, and RIP to Kevin Samuel, they call this high value men status. I don't necessarily call it that. I just call it like, when you get to a certain lifestyle or when you get to a certain way of your life as a man, you're able to take care of your responsibilities. And that's the biggest thing for me. Like, are you able to take care of your responsibilities? For most young men that have children, that is your responsibility. If you have a wife, that is your responsibility. So all of these things that I'm going to say, talk about, speak about, is because I'm coming from that mind frame. I'm coming from that mind frame of, have you done enough to be able to take care of not only you, but your responsibilities? And if not, how can you level up to get to that standard or get to that place in life where you feel comfortable enough to take care of your responsibilities? So this podcast is going to be called From Boy to Boss, which is something that I've personally done myself, is becoming, going from boy to boss, man. So I just tell you a little bit about my journey as far as getting to that next level, right? When I started out, I wanted to play sports just like everybody else. I love sports. I truly love sports growing up. You wouldn't catch me without some football cleats or basketball shorts. Why I watched ESPN all day. That's what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to go to the NFL. And I did everything I possibly could to try to get there. And I was okay. I was pretty good in high school. I was good enough to get a scholarship to Howard, the prestigious Howard University, the prestigious HBCU, the real HU. So I got my scholarship from there. I come from the Triple D, man. I come from Dallas, Texas, the real Triple D. So I was born and raised in Pleasant Grove and South Dallas. If you know about any of those two areas, then you know that I'm speaking from a point of view of, yeah, I come from there. My parents were hardworking people. My mom was a teacher assistant, and my dad was an orderly slash processing tech. So my family, they didn't make a whole lot of money. They were just two people that loved their kids. They loved each other, and they did the best they can possibly do to make sure that we had, what we needed. But I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, or I didn't grow up around a whole bunch of people doing a whole lot of money. But I had a great childhood, bro. I had a great childhood. I had great Christmases. I had great, I had a great childhood, man. So I didn't really think of it as, oh man, I'm broke, or oh man, growing up as a kid, or oh man, we don't have this and that. I ain't never think of it like that. But as I got to get older and realized that we couldn't afford certain things, like my parents couldn't afford for me to go to college. They just couldn't. I was going to have to make my own way in order to get to that level, right? So there's probably a lot of you out there right now, y'all couldn't afford for your kids. You couldn't afford, your parents or your mother or grandmother couldn't afford for you to go to school. And I was the same way. Luckily, I was good enough in football to get a scholarship, which I would later talk about on another different episode or whatever the case may be. But but that was my way out. That was my ticket. And I used that ticket and parlayed it into graduating with an education. So my journey throughout all of that, I didn't even play college football. And I'll talk about that on another episode. I didn't play no sports once I got to college. As a matter of fact, I gave my scholarship back. I gave it back. I could have stayed, but I gave it back. And I came home and I went to school. I kept going to school. I thought I was going to play again, and I ended up graduating from a school in southeastern Oklahoma State, which is a small Division II college in Oklahoma. So imagine the internships I got at Southeast Oklahoma State. 0. I had no internships, no connections, no nothing. When I graduated from college, I went back. I think the recession had just hit in 2008. I graduated in 2011. So the effects of that recession was still lingering, and no corporations were really hiring. They were just getting back to hiring. But they wasn't hiring, fresh out of college, making a whole lot of money. So I had to go back doing to what I did in high school, which was stock shelves at Walmarts and HEBs and Kroger's and different places like that. I did that for Dr. Pepper. So I had a college degree, and I was making $13 an hour. I was making $12, $13 an hour with a college degree. And also, too, while I'm at it, I was actually, I had told my mom before I had got the job with Dr. Pepper that if I don't get a job, in these couple of weeks, then this is right after I graduated too, I'm gonna go back to school. And the week I had signed up to go back to school was the week I had got the job offer to go and be a merchandiser for Dr. Pepper. So not only did I have a college degree and and making $13 an hour, I also was getting my master's at the same time and working that job to provide for myself and to help my mom and my dad. And I wasn't making no money, none whatsoever. If you fast forward to my life now, I'm okay. I'm not rich, but I'm okay. So what I want to do is just lay a foundation for y'all to just let y'all know, like, bro, I can literally point to you the steps that it's going to take for you to level from going from $13 an hour to $15 an hour to $20 an hour to I'm salary to my first six figures to my first million to I'm comfortable. And that's what I want for anybody that watches my YouTube channel. I want for you to feel like you can do it too, because you can. I want you to know that wherever you at in life right now is not the end. It's just the beginning. Like, this is not where you have to stay. Now, there's certain things and sacrifices you're going to have to do in order to get to where you want to go. But if you're willing to put in the work, and if you're really willing to change some of the things that you're doing in order to be successful, you can be successful. And you can go from boy to boss like me. So I hope, man, y'all really, really enjoy this YouTube channel. I hope y'all enjoy, like, my journey. And I hope that you guys reach out to me on y'all own journey, just trying to figure out how to get from point A to point B, which is what I call going from boy to boss. So welcome to my YouTube channel, Dr. Michael Anthony Hicks Jr. And I hope you guys really, really learn something from this. Y'all can take something from it, because we just getting started. All right. Talk to y'all later.